Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention?
I am that dude, Bodkins. Patty to patty. It's ridiculous. No way. There's nobody else out there. He's your guy. Give a big round of applause for the one and only BodkinShow. I'm going to repeat that again, folks. I didn't stutter. Welcome to the Bodkins Show. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another great episode of the Bodkins Show. You know what it is. I am that dude, Bodkins. We're back on Thursday. Had a great time at the draft. I'll talk a little bit about that. And we're going to be doing our power rankings. We're going to talk a little NBA playoffs. We got a big UFC card coming up Saturday. So we're going to talk all about it. You guys know who it is. It is none other than my Puerto Rican brother, Johnny Cruz, joining me as always on these lovely Thursdays. Johnny, what's up, my man?
I am chilling, man. Looking forward to hear some of these stories from the draft, man. It was a good weekend for me anyway. I know a lot of Dolphin fans was tripping out over their picks, but I had a good weekend, man. I know you had a good time out there, so I can't wait to hear all about it, man. For real. Yeah,
so I get to hey, we're just gonna let me talk the draft for the whole experience, but first, and then we'll talk a little bit of everything else. So I get there, I drive, and what I think is I'm going to a casino. That's where I'm thinking I'm meeting Tanner and the Buffoons at. Like, Tanner sends me this message, like, hey, we here. So we roll up into the casino. It looked nice. I'm like, shit, man, like, they did it all out. Like, we staying at the casino hotel. Like, I'm sure we're going to run into some professional players. Like, this is going to be legit. Like, I had been watching, like, The Hangover, too. Like, so, like, I was hyped up. We just got, like, a villa or something. I just had, like, this shit in my head for some reason. So I text Tanner, and I'm like, hey, man, I'll be there. I'm here. Like, and he texts me back, hey, I'll be there in 15 minutes. I'm like, cool. Well, I'll wait outside. Like, so I'm just chilling. All of a sudden, he sends me a text. Hey, man, come across the street. We at the hotel across the street. So I said, shit, of course, man, the hotel across the street is like this run-down fucking janky-ass fucking hotel. I was like, shit, man, I thought we were staying at the casino hotel. He's like, nah, they booked. This is the only place we could get a hotel room at. And I was like, shit, all right, whatever. We ain't going to be chilling in the hotel room. Anyway, we're going to be doing, we're going to be coming to you live, or we're going to be just staying here. So we get to the draft. We get a Uber down to the draft, check it out a little bit, go get something to eat. We pounding beers, we pounding them back and shit like that. And man, let me tell you, the actual draft, once it started, man, I was getting updates on my phone before the pick was even made. Like, there was like 2 picks fucking behind. And the more I drank, the more tired I got, and I was hitting the vitamins, and I was just like trying to keep myself. I was like, man, I'm ready for this shit to like by like pick 20. I was just counting down towards the motherfucking end. Like, all the players is gone. It's packed in there. Like, it's
there was one dude stuck in there, the poor kid, man.
Yeah. I mean, I just like, shit, man, I am just ready. I'm ready to like, let's get the music part. I need to liven up a little bit. Like, it was pretty cool. So the draft ends and Fall Out Boy plays. I'm at this time, man, I'm 3 sheets to the motherfucking win. Like, hey, I told Tanner and them boys, like, I can't party. Hey, 36-year-old Nick Bodkins can't party with y'all, man. Hey, 26-year-old Nick Bodkins could have stood up and we would have, all night. But I just don't get down like that anymore, man. So I was pounding them back, and I finally was just like starting to like waking up a little bit again. And we're walking to a bar, and that's where. So outside the bar, Tanner's like, "Holy shit, you guys, that's Ryan Clark." And I'm like, oh, shit, it's RC. Like, so I just took a picture of him outside the bar. Right. And then I didn't realize then, like, the rest of the buffoons go into the bar. I'm like, oh, shit, I guess we going into this bar. So at that point, not only do I see Ryan Clark, I see Channing Crowder and Fred Taylor. So it's all 3 boys from the pivot. Right. And I'm like, so Mike from the Buffoons he just walks over to the table and says, hey, guys, what's up? So I'm like, well, shit, man, if he did it, I got to go do it now. Like,
Right.
So I walk up to Channing Crowder, and I'm like, Channing, hey, man, I love y'all's show. I love y'all's podcast. The Pivot's cool. I said, RC, I even like y'all shit with, he got a MMA show with DC.
Right.
I say, hey, I like that shit. And I said, I turned about, Fred Taylor was kind of behind me. I said, hey, Fred, like, Fred dapped me up. He was talking to a girl, so I wasn't like,
Right.
I don't know who she was. Like, I don't want to get Fred and Taylor, I don't know if that was his wife or not his wife or what. She could have been his agent, but they was talking. So
right. You left him alone.
Yeah, I left him alone, and I talked to Channing for a minute and RC, and I got a picture with them. Now, in my head, I thought about this. In my head, I was thinking, man, I probably had a good conversation with Ryan Clark and Channing Crowder, right? Like, first of all, I kept calling him Channing Tatum that fucking night. So, like, when we left, I kept saying Channing Tatum. That's how drunk I was, Johnny. I kept saying, goddamn Ryan Clark and Channing fucking Tatum. So, I know in my head, what probably came out my mouth, and kind of looking at Channing's picture, his face in that picture was like this drunk motherfucker. Like, I'm sure I came up to him, was like, Channing, you know fucking man. It's just, and RC was like, oh, cool, what's up, man? And I was just like, RC, DC, MMA, and then can I get your picture? That's probably what happened, but in my brain, that's not what happened. I felt like I had a good conversation with them. Everybody asked me, hey, man, did you book him for the show? Did you talk to him about the podcast? No, my brain was not on show, podcast. Right. It was on Cloud 38, so all I was thinking
just
was like,
enjoying the moment, man.
I'm just enjoying the moment. Yeah. Well, do I wish I'd have been like, hey, y'all got any advice for a fellow podcaster like yourselves? Right. To me, but
maybe a few earlier.
Yeah. And they would have caught me at 5 p.m. instead of about midnight. It was just too gone. I was too faded, man. I mean, as the kids say, I was too faded.
That's awesome, bro. You had a good time, man. That's all that matters.
Yeah, I did have a good time.
You got a picture for life, bro. For real.
I did. I did get a cool picture. It was awesome. So enjoy the time with the Buffoons again, man. Those boys throw down. We went back to a hotel. I passed the fuck out. Tanner and Mike, they went back to the casino and had a few more beers. I ordered pizza and that shit came over. I was eating the pizza like a rat over the sink of the bathroom sink in the hotel. That was my 24-hour period at the draft with the Buffoons. It was a really good time. The draft experience was awesome. Very crowded and it was fun though. Before we get into our baseball stuff, your thought on the Dolphins picks, and then who you thought won the draft?
I think Philly probably won the draft. You know what I'm saying? When you get Carter and you get the other kid that dropped from Georgia, I mean, they got half of Georgia's starting defense from that badass national title from a couple years ago.
Nolan, they got Carter and Nolan Smith.
Yeah, Carter and
they
Nolan
got
Smith.
Yeah.
Right. And they got, you know what I'm saying? And Howie made some moves. He made a trade for DeAndre Swift. You know what I'm saying? So Howie Roseman and Philly it's ridiculous what they're doing over there. I think they did good. There was a couple other teams that did pretty good for the most part. I mean, I was fine with the Dolphins picks because we needed good players.
Yeah, obviously you didn't have a first round pick. Yeah.
Right. We lost our first round pick because the knucklehead, owner lost us that pick. But, we got a corner, and half the Dolphins people was just losing their minds because, we need an offensive lineman or a tight end and stuff like that. My whole shit was, you got 4 picks. Get 4 good players that are going to help us. Don't reach for somebody. That's how you wind up with Austin Jackson at 18 when you could have gotten a much better player. So they got a good young long corner, ball skills, instinctive, and people got to remember that Jalen Ramsey, I mentioned it before, I think Fangio is going to be moving them all over the place. So you needed a legit kid that could play outside. Kader Kohu was a nice undrafted free agent kid, a nice story, but he's better for the slot. So you got somebody that can play the outside so you can move Ramsey around. And not only that, but I think he winds up taking X's spot the following year because I think they're going to cut X after this year anyway.
Does he owe too much money?
Yeah, he's just going to have too much money, and we got to pay Ramsey. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of other people that money's going to be coming up, so you got to start getting younger and incorporating those kids. he has a first round talent. You got him with the 20th pick in the second round, and then they got the Devon Achane kid out of Texas A&M. I'm a big fan of his. Everybody's talking about, oh, he's too small. He was just too small when he was running all over LSU. You know what I'm saying? He made my Canes look stupid. You know what I'm saying? Last year when we played them over there in College Station. So he's a good player, and it's more speed, another weapon for Mike McDaniel and for Tua. So I'm okay with it. Then they had a 6th and 7th round pick, which is project kids, but good, talented kids that, you know, with some upside. We see what happens. So overall, I was good with the draft. I know there's a lot of Dolphin fans losing their minds, but I don't worry about them, man. I just worry about me and Jonathan, making sure Jonathan's all right.
Yeah, man, I think I'm with you. I thought Philly crushed it. I thought they just call them the Georgia, the Georgia Eagles or the Philly Bulldogs, what you want to call them, man. I thought they crushed it. I thought the Bears had the Bears, it hurts me to say this, but the Bears crushed it again. Yeah, the Bears, so like they didn't get Robinson, but they got his backup. And I was kudos to Craig Koger told me that the theory is on the backup is a lot like Ricky Williams, Priest Holmes type situation. If they were in Texas together, Ricky was the best running back in college, but Priest didn't take a lot of snaps, but obviously had a hell of a career with the Chiefs. Right. And they kind of think that the Bears got that Priest Holmes type in the backup from the running back with the he's a good player. I wouldn't have minded the Miami getting him, with the 84th pick. I didn't think they would honestly take a running back because that's just not their thing to do. So them taking a running back, I was happy, but I would have been happy with the Roschon kid, the backup from Texas as well. I like the speed kid we got, but that Roschon, he's a big dude. He's gonna run. He's gonna play well with Chicago. They did have a nice draft there. What shocked you? Who made that pick that you were like, seriously? Like the Lions to me. The Lions taking the running back in the 10th.
Tariq Gibbs.
Yeah. Taking Gibbs was a little bit way too early. I thought they could have traded back and got him. I was on another podcast. Shout out NFL Outdated, his podcast Monday, and I said, yeah, the kid's good. I said, but I just thought they could have traded back and got more for him. You know what I mean? Or could have waited like that. I thought they was a little bit of a reach, but even Jack Campbell, shout out Hawkeye, but he fits perfectly into that system. But I just thought, again, I thought they got him a little too earlier than what they have. But man, I mean, at the end of the day, it don't really we won't really know, right? Like that's the thing. It's like you won't really know until about 3 years from now. Right. If any of these guys are any damn good or not. And I say 3 years because usually, you look at 1 year, the rookie year, some rookies just kick it off and then that's their peak. And then we don't ever hear from them or they injuries, or, 3 years, you got that bona fide, like, hey, this is this guy. And they've got their playing time and things like that. So,
I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. I think they reach for those two. I'm with you 110% with that, with the Lions picks. But
I thought the Texans trading back up to the 3 spot was
that was awesome as hell. Shout out to the Just Fans guys. Rios called it, bro. We were live when that shit happened. I was happy for them. They got CJ Stroud because I thought he was the better of the two quarterbacks. And then Rios called it right after they made that pick. He was like, they need to trade up and get Will Anderson, like out of the blue. And we were like, what? Hell no. And then boom, a couple of seconds later, they actually did that shit. So that was pretty cool. They were aggressive, man. Why not? You know what I'm saying? You got the quarterback in the future, and you got possibly the best defensive player on the board. You know what I'm saying? Make a move like that. I liked it. I thought they did a good job with that. I think Atlanta, you know what I'm saying, for who they want to be, I think Bijan was the right pick.
They're going to run the ball, right? Like now they got him. They got Tyler Algier, Cordell Patterson.
Right. So they're not going to ask Ritter to do much. Don't lose the game. Basically, they're going to play good defense. They're going to run the ball. Don't lose the game, and we'll see what happens to that. And that division, God only knows what's going to happen with
it's
that
up
division.
for grabs, yeah.
I think the Saints actually had some good picks. Shout out to Jonathan Grisham. I know he was probably happy with that draft, I think, for the most part. So But like you said, we ain't gonna know for a couple years, except for like those breakout guys that are just dudes. You know what I'm saying? Besides that, we'll see what happens in the next couple years. But I like the draft type stuff. I know you don't give two shits about the draft type stuff. So I'm glad you got to have a good experience out there with Tanner and the boys. Shout out to the Sports Buffoon. So I'm glad you got a chance to do that, because that's a pretty cool opportunity, man. So I'm happy for you, bro.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Let's go ahead. Let's jump into our MLB power
Top
rankings
10.
here.
Top 10.
Top 10. So
are we starting from 10?
yeah.
All right, I'm gonna put, and like I said, I my apologies, folks, but I couldn't find the original list that we took a month ago. But I guarantee you, it is not the same as it is right now. But I got the Angels of Anaheim in California, and saying next to Sacramento or whatever they're called now. But I got the Angels, man. They're 7-3 in the last 10. And they're kind of creeping up on Allen and his Rangers. So I like the Angels at 10.
You got the Angels at 10.
Yep, Angels at 10.
So I do have my
list from last time.
Last week. So I'm gonna go over this week's, and I'll compare it to last month's. All right. So here we go. Number 10, I got Toronto. They're 18-13. They're struggling a little bit right now. They've lost their last 4, but they're 6-4 in their last 10. So I like Toronto at 10.
Yep. I actually have them a couple fewer up in the top 10, but I got the Angels 10. I got the Brewers at number 9. Now they're struggling lately. They're 3-7 in the last 10, so they've kind of fallen off a little bit. But they're in second place in that division. They're a bit of a surprise. I wasn't expecting them to be competitive at all, or barely, for that division. No, I did not see the Cardinals completely shitting or pissing down their legs. You know what I'm saying? Like the way they're doing, because the Cardinals are not the Cardinals. But I wasn't expecting the Brewers to get off to such a good start. I know they're struggling a little bit now, but I got the Brewers at 9.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, actually. Surprisingly, I'm with the Brewers exactly at 9 too. They're 18-13, like you said. Mm-hmm. They're struggling right now. They've lost their last 4, 3-10, 3-7 their last 10. But I'm with you. I got the Brewers. The Cardinals absolutely stink right now. So that whole division's awful. Yeah. But I'm with you. I'm right there with you. I got the Brewers at 9.
All right, so who you got at 8, bro?
So at 8, I got the Rangers. At Texas Rangers they're 18-12. They're 5-5 of their last 10. I'm a little worried about them because now DeGrom is going to be out for at least 2 weeks, we think.
Right. Yeah, I'm close to that. I got the Blue Jays actually at 8, so I got your number 10 team. I got them at 8, the Blue Jays. They're 6-4 in their last 10. They're in third place right now in the AL East, but the AL East is ridiculous with these guys that are on top of the AL East. But the Blue Jays are 18-13. They're 6-4 in their last 10. They're playing pretty steady ball right now, so I got them at 8. I actually have the Rangers at 7. They're 5-5 in their last 10. Like you said, they're kind of coming down to earth. So the Angels are kind of catching up to them. We'll see what happens. Like you said, DeGrom, that's something I mentioned. Shout out to Scott Cobe and Alan Perales. I was on the Scott Cobe show earlier today. We talked about this, and my word to describe the baseball season was injuries. You know what I'm saying? Everybody and their mother seems to be hurt, man. So it seems like, whoever can stay healthy and play consistent ball is gonna go nuts, and that's what's happened so far. So I got the Blue Jays at 8, and I got the Texas Rangers coming down to earth, and they're at 7.
So at 7, I have your 10 team. I have the Angels.
Nice.
They're my 7 team, 18-14 right now. Mm-hmm. They've won 4 in a row, 7-3 of their last 10. Mm-hmm. Maybe this is the year that they make the playoffs and kind of maybe save Shohei Ohtani.
It'd be nice. I would love to see Mike Trout in the playoffs. I would love to see Ohtani, like you said, in the playoffs. So come on now, anybody but Houston. Let the Angels and the Rangers both make it. I could care less. With the injuries that the Yankees are having, bro, I'm not punting on the season because I'm never gonna give up. But I ain't gonna be mad if they have one. They've been to the playoffs almost 30 years in a row. If they have a bad season because of injuries, I'm good. I'll be happy to watch the Angels if they can continue this in the playoffs. I'm a big fan of Mike Trout, man. It's a shame that people haven't been able to really see how great this kid is, man, because he is a baller, man. And Shohei Ohtani he's ridiculous, bro.
Yeah, he is. I mean, there's a reason why he's been the MVP and, bona fide could be MVP again this year. So who you got at 6 now?
At 6, I got the Minnesota Twins. They are in first place in their division right now. That division is garbage. I thought the Guardians were, but Minnesota they're hitting their way into first place. They're 18-14. They're 6-4 in their last 10. They're holding it down in that division. So I got the Minnesota Twins at 6. They can rake, bro. They can hit.
Yeah, it's funny. I got the Twins right there with you too at 6. So we both got nice. At 6. I got Minnesota 18-14. They're 6-9. And that's where we're at 6. So that's who I got. I got the Twins. I'm right there with you.
All right, number 5. I got the Dodgers of LA at number 5. I want to say I had them higher last time, but I mean they're kind of standing pat. They're 8-2 in their last 10, so they're coming on strong now. The Diamondbacks, shout out to the Diamondbacks for putting up for having a pretty good. They're 5-5 in their last 10. The Arizona Diamondbacks, but they played pretty well. Shout out to Jonathan Grissom, who said that the Diamondbacks would be pretty good this year. They're actually playing pretty well. The Padres, 7.
So who you got at 5?
The LA Dodgers, bro. 19-13, 8-2 in their last 10, bro. They're starting to click.
So at 5, I got the surprise team in all the fucking baseball. That's the one Pittsburgh Pirates. Who would have ever thought? I know they're struggling right now. They've lost 4 in a row, but they got the best damn record outside of the Braves. They got the best record in all the National League, 20-12. They like I said, they're struggling right now. The whole division's struggling. But I mean, you got to I mean, there's no way I couldn't put them in the top 5 or above with what they've done. So
I did.
Give me the Pirates at number 5. I got 20. I got the Pirates at 5 at 20-12.
I got the Pirates a little higher, but I'll let you go. Who you got at 4?
I got the Dodgers at 4 at 19-13. The reason I put the Dodgers above the Pirates is because they've won 6 in a row. They're 8-2 of their last 10. So not only are they're hotter right now. So I did a mix of what you do, what's your overall record, plus how good you are doing right now within this last month. So I got the Dodgers at 4.
No, that's fair. That's a very, very fair argument. I got the Baltimore Orioles at 4, 7-3 in their last 10. They're at 21. Are they? 21-10 for the Baltimore Orioles. Shout out to
Adley Rushman is a dog.
Dude, he's a dude, bro. That's what happens when you suck for 5 years, get a number 1 pick, the number 1 or 2 pick for 5 years in a row. You're going to hit on a couple. And yeah, that kid is a player. I thought they needed another pitcher, but they've actually been pitching fairly well. And they can hit. They play.
When you got a good catcher, though, you got an elite type catcher,
it helps the pitching
that'll help
staff.
A young pitching staff.
Absolutely,
and he's young too.
Right.
But man, he is beyond his years. Adley Rushman. If you're watching this, you don't know the Adley Rushman. You need to go watch some baseball right now. That's the name to know.
Absolutely, I completely agree with that, man. Yeah, I got the Orioles at number 4.
Craig is saying, and I've asked Jonathan this same question on Buffoon and Bodkins, the Pirates, real quick. He's saying if I had stock in the Pirates, he'd sell now. I think it's their peak. Do you think the Pirates are sustainable?
I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to say that. I guess I'm wishful thinking. that hopefully they continue it going. But I'm still giving them their props for what they've accomplished for the entire time up until now. Yes, like you said, they've been struggling 5-5 in their last 10. They're kind of coming back down to earth, but saying they've been playing very well. They're holding it down in that division, 20-12. Nobody and their mother saw Pittsburgh anywhere near this type of a record right now. So that's why I gave them a little bit.
I thought they'd have maybe 20 wins through 2 months.
Right. I thought it was going to be a struggle for them to win like 45, 50 games, bro, for real. So props to them, 20-12. That's why I gave them a little bit more love. And again, this can change in a couple of weeks when we have our next one. But right now, I got Pittsburgh at number 3, the Orioles at 4, and the Dodgers at 5. It looks like me and you got these 3 kind of mixed up a little bit.
Who'd you have at 3?
Pirates.
So you got 3.
I gave them 3.
Yeah, so I got Baltimore 21-10. Like you said, 7-3. Adley Rushman's an absolute stud.
Like I said, I hate to say it, but he's fun to watch, man. The whole team is fun to watch. Yeah. Man. They play a fun brand of baseball, man. They play the kind of baseball I love to see. They make contact. They take the extra base when they can. And yeah, he's a stud, bro.
So my number 2 team is the Atlanta Braves, exactly what we thought they would be. 22-10, 8-2 in their last 10. They're the best team in the National League. Mm-hmm. I mean, they're absolutely they're such. I mean, top to bottom, they're a good team.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. So obviously we have the same number 1 team, but so our top 2 teams are exactly the same. I got the Braves with you at number 2. Like you said, 8-2 in their last 10.
Plus 59 run differential.
That's crazy, bro. They're 15-3 away. 15-3 in your house. They're 15-3. They don't even have to worry about winning at home. They're gonna beat everybody at that. That's crazy, bro. Shout out to the Braves. Shout out to Jonathan again. His Braves are I got them at number 2. And if it wasn't for the craziness that's going on with the Rays, the Braves would be number 1. Yeah. But the damn Tampa Bay Rays, and shout out to my boys here that are Rays fans. Happy for y'all.
Will you guys go to the damn game? Will you go to the stadium,
dude? I like going to. It's cheap. I ain't gonna front. It's real and inexpensive. The stadium the stadium sucks, man. They were gonna build something right on Channel Side where the water and stuff. Like I wish they would have approved that. And but. They got a good squad, man. Go support your team, man, for real. But 26-6 is that's stupid, bro. Like that's not.
How about this? A run differential of 114.
Dude, they're beating people down, bro. They're not just winning. They win close games too. The couple that they've had. So otherwise, they stomping kids, bro.
Their run differential is 114. The next highest run differential is the Rangers at plus 69.
So they almost doubled them, bro. That's wild, bro.
They've scored 210 runs and have only allowed 96 runs.
That's insane, bro. They are ridiculously good, bro. They pitch, they hit for power, they make contact when they play. Right now, they're playing the perfect brand of baseball. Whatever they need to do to win the game, they're gonna do. If they have to, manufacture a run because it's a pitching duel, then they'll do that. Or they'll slug their way and beat you by 10. Like,
17-2 at that shitty-ass stadium that you guys won't go to.
Yep.
Hey, they play in front of nobody, and they're the best team in baseball.
It's a shame, man. It's a shame. And I do think that the park has something to do. And where it's located at, too, it's not the easiest thing to get to. But you got a squad like that, man. I mean, show a little bit more love. So it sucks that they don't get the love that they should get, but they are fun to watch. As much as I hate to say it, they're a fun team to watch, man. They do like you. I think you're the one that made a comment. They do the most with less than anybody in probably in sports. You know what I'm saying? To be quite honest. So shout out to the Rays and Kevin Cash and them, man. They're off to a great start. I always say you can't lose a division in April. You can't win a division in April, but you can lose it. Now, they might be winning it, bro, especially with the way, I mean, Baltimore, let's see if they can stay with them.
Well, that whole division's tough.
Right.
I know your Yankees are dead last right now, but
Toronto's starting to get a little something. But if the Rays keep pitching the way they're pitching, bro, like it could be over at the All-Star break, bro, for real.
Yeah, they're 4.5 up. I mean, so in contrast, from last month, the beginning of the season to now, so we're 1 month in. So last month I had the Padres at 1. They're not even in the top 10 anymore. The Astros at 2. They're not in the top 10 anymore. The Braves at 3. Now they're at 2. The Yankees were at 4. They're not in the top 10 anymore. The Phillies at 5. They're not in the top 10. I have the Dodgers, who were at 6. Now they're 4. The Mets, who are at 7, they're not in the top 10. The Cards at 8, they might be the bottom 10 if you get into it. And they're no longer. The Mariners at 9, they're not there. Toronto stayed at 10. So welcome to the Bodkins Power Rankings. Brewers, Texas, Angels, Minnesota, Pittsburgh, Baltimore are all the new teams after 1 month in.
Yeah, like I said, I can't find my sheet with the old one, but it was pretty similar to that one. I think we kind of like our 7, 8, 9, 10 might have been a little bit flip-flop, but for the most part, we had Braves, Yankees, Houston Astros. Yeah, those are all gone. You know what I'm saying?
And they could come right back in next month. That's the thing.
Right. And we said this last month. You know what I'm saying? That it's going to be completely different in a month, but as of right now, and that's why I'm giving Pittsburgh a little bit more love. You know what I'm saying? I hear you, Craig, and I'm with you. Like, this could change in a couple of weeks. They could be not in last place because the damn Cardinals are in the same division. But in 10 days, they could be, you know what I'm saying, in third place. So, you know what I'm saying? I hope they keep it going. But for right now, up to this point, it's the Rays, number 1, Braves 2, Pittsburgh, Baltimore, props to them at 4, Dodgers 5, Twins 6, Rangers 7. Shout out to the Rangers, even though they're coming back down to earth, Alan. Sorry. The Blue Jays, they're holding strong at 8. The Brewers, I wasn't expecting them to be this good, even though they're coming down to earth at 3 and 7 in the last 10. And then the Anaheim, California Angels of Los Angeles or whatever, they are at the top 10 right now, number 10. And I'm pulling for them, bro. I want to see Mike Trout and I want to see Shohei Ohtani in the playoffs, man.
So Bo said they've been killing it. He's talking about the Rays, and then he did say but we know there's lots of baseball left. That's why we do this once a month. You know,
right.
We don't do it every week.
That's what I'm saying.
Once
Next
a month is perfect.
Flip-flop, but right now, this is who's, you know what I'm saying? The Rays and Braves, you know what I'm saying?
I think the Rays and Braves, I don't foresee them dropping out of our top 10 at any point in time this season. The Dodgers, same thing. Yeah. But a couple of these teams, hey, I hope Pittsburgh is sustainable. I mean, unless it's going to be the Cubs, why not the Pirates, in that division?
Yeah. And
I wanted to put the Cubs, but they've been sucky the last week. They got swept by Bo's Mariners or the Marlins. And we're losing to the Nationals.
That was a bad that was a bad sweep right there. Shout out to my co-host of the Dolphin Show, Alex. He's a Marlins fan, so I know he was happy with that sweep. But that was bad timing right there for your boys, bro. But like I said, you know what I'm saying? Like we said, it could be all different in a month. But right now, the Braves, Rays, Pirates, Orioles, they balling right now, man.
Yeah, Bo, the Mariners, he says, no, I keep telling myself that because he's an M's fan. Yeah, Bo, I mean, they're going to have to find a replacement for Bobby Ray. Like that, losing Bobby Ray is tough.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like I said, I mentioned it on Scott's show. Shout out to Scott. Injuries is how I would describe the first month plus of the season, man. I mean, everybody, seems like every week the Yankees are losing somebody, but there's injuries all over the league, man. And it's impacting it. So it may come down to who's the healthiest, who makes that move at the trade deadline. If stuff stays similar to the way it is now, if stuff stayed like this close to the All-Star break or after the All-Star break, close to the trade deadline, can you imagine all the possible stars that could be on the trade block?
What,
you know what I'm saying? That would be crazy, bro.
I don't know what the odds were for the we looked it up the other night on Bodkins of Buffoon, but it was like plus 100, it was plus 1,000 something for the Pirates to win their division. So hey, man, it might be a little something to put a little money on them.
Yeah, if you got a few dollars to to throw on them. I hear Craig completely though. Like I can see
too.
them.
Well, I mean,
can see them
it's one of them
tanking, but
it's one of them things, right? You've seen it for 20 years that there's been bad. Plus, they've had 1 or 2 years where they've made the playoffs, wild card or whatnot. But like, it's one of the, I got to see it to believe it. It's just.
Well, I mean, and every season there's those 2 or 3 teams that kind of come out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Like we saw Baltimore come and nobody thought they were gonna like hit it running the way they did to start off the season. But Pittsburgh's playing well, like we talked about. The Angels are actually playing well. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, but then you got the stalwarts. You know what I'm saying? The Braves, and as much as the Rays are a low budget team or whatever, they're a pillar. They're always a good team. So
Allen's got Rays, Braves, Orioles, Pirates, Brewers, Rangers, Diamondbacks, Dodgers, Red Sox, Angels. So he's got the Sox and the Diamondbacks. I looked at a lot at both of those teams, and you could
both of those teams are starting to come on.
Yeah. You could take out. I wouldn't be mad if I almost took out Toronto and put Diamondbacks. Or even the Red Sox who are getting hot right now. Right. Both those teams are starting.
Those teams are right on the outside. The Padres, I think, are 7-3 in their last 10 as well. Yeah. So I mean, so they're starting to come on. So again, this could be a lot of changes in a month, man. So, but right now, I'm pretty good with it. I mean, we're pretty much we got 7 or 8 of the same exact 10.
Yeah. So let's get into let's shift gears to the NBA playoffs here. Most of the series are tied up 1-1. If the Warriors can tie it up, besides the Suns, Johnny, how in trouble are the Suns? They're on 2-0. Chris Paul out for a week. I mean, do we underestimate the Nuggets here?
I think a little bit of both. You know what I'm saying? We kind of just expected Phoenix to just be good because of KD and Booker. Didn't realize that they have no bench at all.
They're not even using the bench. That's the thing.
We realized it, but we didn't think it mattered because of KD being so great and Booker and whatever. But I mentioned it before the playoffs. Let's see if Chris Paul stays healthy, and of course he doesn't. But Denver is, this is something we talked about before the playoffs started. If Jokic can get some help. And Murray is balling. Aaron Gordon is playing well, and I mentioned it earlier as well. If Aaron Gordon decided that I'm gonna be a great defensive player and rebound like a madman, he dominate, bro, because he's so athletic. So I think if he plays his role, Jamal Murray stays hot, and helps Jokic. I think it could very well be a gentleman's sweep right there with that series with Phoenix, bro.
Well, Kenny usually waits until June to get hurt, but I mean, I guess he decided to take a week off in May now. So, I mean,
it's gonna make it to June, bro.
Yeah. I mean, Jokic is giving DeAndre Ayton that work. Hey, yes. I mean, just out bullying him. I mean, just giving Ayton that work. They just dump it out on him, and it's not Jokic doesn't. It's not pretty. It's actually some of the ugliest shit I've ever seen in my life. It's like what my dad would do to me when I was that age, and just probably what I do to my son. Just bully him, just big boy bully him, post move after post move, layup after layup, and it goes in. And they can't stop him.
I was just about to say he can't stop him, so he don't need to do nothing else. He just needs to take it right at him over and over again. Like I said. If the supporting cast keeps holding up their end of the bargain, I think they're in the finals, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I know we'll talk about the other couple teams or whatever.
You got them in the finals if they beat the Suns.
I think if they beat the Suns, they're in the finals. The only team. I mean, do you want to get on to the next one or?
We'll talk Warriors. We'll go say we go Warriors.
Right.
Warriors, Lakers here because they play right now.
All right, I think that's going to be a battle. But like I mentioned before the playoffs. If Anthony Davis is Anthony Davis, the Lakers can make a run, bro.
He said Phil Bodkins is my dad. Kenny said Phil Bodkins a dog. Hey, that boy Phil Bodkins played prison ball like like he was still in prison against me and Kenny out there in my backyard. I promise you.
Shout out to Pop Bodkins. Anthony Davis is a difference maker, bro. He's a top 5 player if he plays to his ability. If he actually dresses and plays up to his ability, him and LeBron can make a run, bro. I mean, it's LeBron,
exactly what we're seeing in the other series. is that the Lakers can still big men still run this league. You can have all the guards in the
you got to use them right. You got to use them right.
You got to have but big guys still run this league. Big guys are still. You have a dominant big man, even in today's spread them out game. They can't. The Warriors don't have an answer for Anthony Davis.
I'm sure they wish they had Wiseman now.
Right? Yeah. Can you stop Anthony Davis? Is he going to? He's got to suit up and, like you said, he's got to suit up and be like, hey, I got to be the baddest dude on this court, and I can go get us 30 and 20 like he did the other night in Game 1. The Warriors made 18 plus threes in that game and still lost. Remember, name another time the Warriors made 18 threes in a game and still lost. Like, that shit don't happen. They just didn't have an answer for Anthony Davis. Looney can't guard him. Draymond can't guard him. They don't have a guy on their team that can guard Anthony Davis. When Anthony Davis wants it, he's got to go get it. He's going to be the key to this series.
You're absolutely right. And that's why I'm picking Denver and the Lakers to play for the Western Conference Finals. I like Golden State, and I think Curry can go off, and Tim and Clay can go nuts, and they'll steal a couple games. It's all on Anthony Davis, though. If Anthony Davis is Anthony Davis, then the Lakers are going to win this series probably in 6. If he kind of shows up but doesn't show up all the time, it can go 7. But either way, I think they're going to kind of beat up each other a little bit. Like I said, I think Denver gets done in 5. But Jokic, he can battle Anthony Davis. He can't battle him skill for skill. I'm not trying to say no. But Anthony Davis is going to have to guard him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that will wear on him, and it'll affect him offensively, especially if he gets bullied and ain't enjoying himself. You know what I'm saying? That's where suddenly, like, his hamstring might get tight, or his back might get a little tight, and he may want to just sit on the sidelines and dress in some badass gear and not play. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see what happens. But I think Jokic could answer Anthony Davis. So then it'll just come down to role players. And I love what the Lakers did. I love D'Angelo Russell. Like I said, that's why I think the Lakers move on. But I think it's Denver and the Lakers in the Western Conference Finals, man.
I'm kind of with you a little bit. Man, I've gone back and forth. I think I don't know if the Suns just don't have an answer. Unless something crazy happens. Down to 0-2, it's going to be tough. This Lakers-Warriors series.
They got to win 4 out of the next 5, bro.
It ain't happening.
And at least 2 in Denver. That altitude too, bro. Nah, man, they're not gonna do it.
I'm kind of with you on the Lakers. I just think we got to see Anthony Davis got to bring it every game. I think it probably goes 6 or 7. Mm-hmm. I think it's probably Nuggets, Lakers. Kudos. I said Jokic had to get to the Western Conference Finals. I said like it was important for him to get there. Maybe they make it to the finals.
Bro, the way they're playing right now, like I said, if Jamal Murray, you know what I'm saying, if Aaron Gordon and the rest of the others, like Shaq would say, if they keep balling out and Jokic can just do what he does, yeah, they're in the finals. And I don't know who in the East is going to mess with him except for possibly Embiid. And is he even going to make it to the finals? You know what I mean? So I like Denver's chances, man. The way they're playing right now, I think they're playing the best ball in the playoffs. Period.
Yeah, I'm with you. Let's go to the East side. I didn't understand the Celtics. They lose Game 1 when the 76ers don't have them beat, and then they just last night absolutely took the 76ers to the woodshed and beat the brakes off of them.
Yeah, like that was embarrassing, bro. That was just an embarrassment.
What's your thoughts here? I mean, Embiid is now the MVP. I'm not mad about it. I knew they weren't going to give it to Jokic after 2 MVPs in a row. They just don't give MVPs to 3 years in a row to people. Not even Michael freaking Jordan got one 3 years in a row. They could have gave it all for 10 years in a row probably to MJ, but they didn't. Right. I still like the Celtics. I mean. I just do. I had them winning this thing. I'm not buying the 76ers. What is Harden? I mean, Harden went out and balled out, reminded people, yo, I'm still that dude in Game 1. But then Game 2, that whole team shit the bed. And I don't really trust Doc Rivers a whole lot either.
I'm with you all, you know what I'm saying, pretty much 100% on that one. I mean, I got to see the Sixers do it. You know what I'm saying? Like Boston showed us last year that they can do it. They made it to the finals last year. And those kids have done nothing but get better. Excuse me, as far as Jaylen Brown and Tatum. So for some reason, Philly, Scott mentioned it earlier that Philly without Embiid was able to run fast, do a lot more, going up and down the court. So that gave Boston problems. But I just think Boston's just a better squad. There's no matching Joel Embiid if he's healthy and he's, down on the block, like you mentioned. The big man is still, dominant if you have one of those guys. So if he can stay healthy and do what he does, I think he can keep them in it. But ultimately, I think Boston's just going to be too much. And I think Boston will move on and be in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Boston had to win that game last night just for the city of Boston, so they all didn't commit suicide after the Bruins. The Bruins lost in the first round.
Shout out to the Panthers, the Florida Panthers, boy.
They got beat. They got the game 1 to the 76ers. Hey, Boston, the whole city of Boston was on what we call suicide watch in the military, where you got to stay up and watch somebody, make sure they don't kill themselves. The whole city of Boston was on suicide watch.
Yeah, the Bruins got the Boston fans all excited about the Red Sox now and shit. They trying to forget about hockey and just jump on the Red Sox. We're getting a little hot right now, but they definitely needed that win, and I think that was just one of those things, that first game. You know what I'm saying? That was just something that happened. I'm not worried about it at all. I have total confidence that Boston can win.
I got Boston in
Philly. They can win
Boston
in Philly with no problem. You know what I'm saying? So I think I'm with you on that one. So I definitely see Boston in the Eastern Conference Finals, man.
Yeah, I got
the Knicks and Heat, man. Who you got?
Old flashback, man. The '90s, man.
Yeah.
If you're a fan of that was some gritty ass basketball in the '90s, and they're playing some gritty ass basketball today. I think this layoff, the Heat steal game 1, Jimmy Butler, then he rolls his ankle, sits out game 2. If I'm a Heat fan, I'm still encouraged because they almost beat the Knicks without Jimmy Butler. Right. Like that was a close game.
Right. Yeah, no, they did what they had to do. They went to New York and they got the split.
Yeah.
I'm a little worried that ankle may be worse than what they're letting on, but they got like 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing.
They don't play till this Saturday.
Yeah.
It's like 6 days since he played last.
NBA. I mean,
what are we doing? Yes.
You really got to take 3 months for the playoffs.
Exactly. I hate it,
man. So he's got plenty of time to possibly heal. But I mean, if he's going to be playoff Jimmy the way he's been, and the supporting cast will actually make shots for him because they don't have Tyler Hero, I think that's a big loss. I like New York's grit. I know you say my New York Knicks. Then I'm not a Knicks fan 110%. As far as it don't faze me if they lose. I don't give a shit if they lose. You know what I'm saying? Like I was more of a fan as far as basketball. I was more of a fan of players. You know what I'm saying? Like I love watching great players, so I watch everybody. Of course, Michael and whatever. But now as I've gotten older, I don't know if it's the New York blood or what. I want them to do well. But if they lose, I don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have to deal with the pain of their losses and shit, but I kind of want them to do well because of New York. And they got a nice little squad. I love the Jalen Brunson pickup. The Josh Hart trade was money.
Yeah,
don't fuck around
and
just give that kid his extension now. Him and Brunson are like best friends, college teammates. He's a New York. He's the New York type of guy. He's a hard worker. He'll go after he'll do the dirty work.
He's the definition of a great role player.
Right.
That's
you ain't gonna have to break the bank for that kid, but he's a good piece right there.
Allen is 100% correct. Knicks fans will be insufferable.
Oh my God
damn it, you guys already are. Yeah, that's the thing. I could maybe root for the Knicks because I like some of their players, but the fans are insufferable.
Well, I mean,
y'all make it to the second round and you act like you won the NBA Finals.
That's all they got. That's all they got. They haven't had shit since Latrell Sprewell and Allen Houston in the early 2000s. That's it. They had Melo for those few years, but that was
insufferable.
They had to trade the whole team.
You guys are insufferable about every sport. That's why nobody likes y'all. That's why nobody likes y'all, because y'all are insufferable. Yankee fans insufferable. You're the only half-ass Yankee fan I can stand because you speak logically. Most Yankee fans are 27 World Series. Why they call it the World Series when it played in New York every year? Well, they've been playing in New York in like 10 years, so shut up.
It's been
Now
longer
the
than
Knicks.
that, man. It's been
Yeah.
14 years since the Yankees have been in the World Series. But no, yes, I hear you on that because I've said it myself, and I joke around about it all the time. But the worst part about being a Yankee fan are Yankee fans.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Seriously, because they could just be they are insufferable. They are spoiled as especially the younger ones who don't know what it was to suck in the 80s.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like my favorite was
grew up
Don
in the 90s.
Mattingly. Yeah, I was a Don Mattingly fan, and my team was garbage in the end when I was a kid. Then when I hit my 20s, they they won and whatever. But some of these Yankee fans, they don't know nothing but winning, so they spoiled as hell. But I got the complete opposite spectrum with my Dolphins, so I think that's what's kind of helped me be level-headed.
That mellows you out,
because my Dolphins have been such ass for the last 20-something years that it kind of levels me out as far as a Yankee fan, man. But no, yeah. Knicks fans, man, if they make it to the finals, bro,
God,
it's gonna be ridiculous.
I shut off every social media, everything.
And Scott made a good point. That court in the playoffs is gonna be insane, bro. The electricity in Madison Square Garden is real. Don't let people tell you, oh, that's some. Nah, man, it's legit in that court, in that stadium. It's gonna be hectic in there. That's why I don't think Philly can beat the Knicks if Philly makes it to the Eastern Conference Final. If Boston makes it, I think Boston can win it. But I don't think Philly will be able to handle the pressure of being in MSG. So
I don't think
if the Knicks can somehow get by the Heat, because I don't even know if they can get by the Heat.
I don't think they can. I just don't think there's just Jimmy Butler is just there. There's just something about him. You know what I mean? Like
he's a dude. He's a dude. He's somebody you want on your squad.
Yeah.
You want him in that foxhole with you, bro.
Kenny asked somebody in my group message. Kenny or Craig asked the question. I can't remember who. Who if they win the finals, who legacy does it more for? I think that it was Jimmy Butler. I think maybe Joel, and then Jokic, and Kevin. Let's just say I think Kevin Durant. Out of those four guys, who, if they win a championship, whose legacy does it more for? I said Jimmy Butler. Here's why. Jimmy Butler got no hardware. He's got no MVPs. He's just an all-star player. He's got more.
No, that's a hell of a question. That's a good answer. I don't think you can go wrong with any answer.
Because those other guys got MVPs, right? Like, hey, they when they lay their head down, they could say, hey, I was an MVP. I've done. Kevin Durant's already got a couple already with the Warriors.
Okay, wait. So it was Jimmy, Jokic.
I don't know who it all was. Yeah,
KD,
and let's say Embiid. And I don't even know if that was the full question that was asked.
I'm not even stressing because KD, I already lost all respect when he went to Golden State. He got his couple chips. He tried to go to Brooklyn with his boy Kyrie, and look what happened. You know what I'm saying? Now he goes to another, tried to make another super team. Would it help KD if he won another title? Sure. But it is not going to affect the fact that he's one of the greatest players ever. You know what I'm saying? KD is one of those top 5, top 10 dudes, in my opinion. KD is that good. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it would help out if he won without Steph. You know what I'm saying? But I think Jokic and Embiid would be more impactful for them. Yeah, Jimmy, of course. But if Jimmy doesn't win a title, he's still going to get crazy love just for how gritty and how good of a player he is. But Embiid and Jokic, if Jokic wins a title, all these people with the MVP shit, he could be like, here, blow me now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a 2-time MVP and I just won a chip.
No, that makes him one of the greatest of all time at that point.
Right. And then Embiid, kind of the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Because he's got all the talent in the world. He
can't stay healthy.
He can't stay healthy. He finally got the hardware, which I think he deserved a couple years ago. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that's when he should have got his. And then Jokic could have got these last two. You know what I'm saying? But whatever, they flipped it and gave it to Joel Embiid. But he's been a good player when he's healthy. So I think it would be good for him and for Philly. You know what I'm saying? That'd be a good story for Philly. You know what I'm saying? Even though they've won enough shit already. You know what I'm saying? But I think Jokic and Embiid, I think it'd be more impactful for their careers. If Jimmy Butler wins a title, it's like, he should have won a title. That sounds about right.
I don't know because
you know what I mean?
He's got the less talent out of all of them. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, he
got the less talent.
I think he would get like kind of more.
He
like,
becomes a folk
props.
hero.
Yeah.
Like he becomes more like that's what I mean.
He doesn't have as much with him. You know what I'm saying, to do it.
And if he wins on that team where they don't have like
with no Tyler Hero and with a fat ass Kyle Lowry, bro, because that's where they messed up. If they wouldn't have gotten Kyle Lowry and they would have got one of these nice, younger, speedier point guards, the Heat would be due because Spoelstra is a coach.
Yeah.
Pat Riley, shout out to Pat Riley, man. You know what I'm saying? That's where y'all Knicks, y'all done messed up because y'all should have kept Pat Riley. But so I mean the whole Heat culture that's a real freaking thing, bro. The Heat
it is, and Jimmy fits that and it fits that he fits that culture, right?
Yeah.
Like
Absolutely.
So
110%. But all right, so who you got in the finals?
Well, I'm gonna pick the Heat. So I got Heat Celtics.
You got Heat Celtics in the Eastern Conference. All right, I'm going Knicks. I'm gonna just say the Knicks pull it out somehow in Game 7. You know what I'm saying? MSG is a little bit too much for the role player, not for Jimmy. Jimmy ain't gonna give a shit.
Jimmy ain't gonna. That's the thing.
He don't give a shit where he playing. So
yeah.
MSG ain't gonna affect him, but it'll affect the role players. The Knicks will get by. And it'll be the Knicks and Boston in the Eastern Conference Finals.
I got Heat in 6. I'm gonna take the Heat in 6.
All right. So
maybe it could go 7. I still take the Heat.
Right.
And the only reason
we'll wait till next week before we do our finals matchup.
Yeah, because we're no show next week.
Right. That's right.
Yeah. So, but by the time we talk again on air, the finals will probably it'll all be situated out.
I'm about to say, I don't know. Are you sure? It might only be Game 4.
might be only Game 4.
Game 4 this series and shit. The way they stretch this shit out. We'll let you know, but go ahead. We won't have a show next week. The one and only Mr. Bacchus is gonna be in the state of Florida next week.
That's right.
So we are definitely gonna meet up and throw a few back and have a good evening, man. So I'm looking forward to that, man. So no show next week, but me and Nick are gonna have a good time.
Yeah, exactly. Let's before we get out of here, we got to preview this big UFC card. Let me pull it up here. This Saturday, UFC 288. So at the top, Johnny, you have Aljamain Sterling is the bantamweight champion. He has defended the title now 2 times. Both kind of fluky-ish. How he won the title was fluky. Then won a close decision against the guy who he beat to win the title. The reason he got the title is the guy he was fighting, like, kneed him in the head, and then it looked like he was fucking acting, couldn't do it, and they gave him the title. Nobody's ever won a title like that, and he won.
So he won it, or they gave it to him?
Yeah, they kind of gave it to him. He slashed one. They run it back. He wins a close decision.
Right.
A lot of people still had the other guy winning. Then he fights. Last time he fought was October of 2022. Fights TJ Dillashaw. TJ's got a shoulder problem. It's been popping out. Doesn't tell nobody until the fight. But then, so now he's got Henry Cejudo, Triple C. Henry Cejudo has been out of the game for the last 3 years. But before he retired, he was the bantamweight champ, featherweight champ, and he's a gold Olympic wrestler. So that's why they nicknamed him Triple C. That's the title fight. The bantamweights. This is a doozy.
That's quite a resume, bro. But 3 years away from
hasn't fought since
time,
the very first card coming back after COVID. It was during COVID, but the first COVID card.
Okay.
And
so
he retired.
Where you leaning then on that one?
Man, I've gone back.
No money involved.
I've gone back.
Who do you think is going to win this?
I've gone back and forth, and
okay.
I really don't. I don't know. I don't really like either one of these guys. They're both cringy. They call Henry the king of cringe. He is cringy. Aljo is cringy. I'm not a fan of either one of them. That's the thing. Right. But I'm gonna go. Something tells me I'm gonna go Henry Cejudo and new UFC.
Even after the 3-year layoff?
Yeah, I mean, Jones was out for 3 years, and we saw what he did.
Yeah, but Jones is one of the greatest ever, bro.
I just gave you Henry Cejudo's
I mean, no, yes,
Olympic
he has a
wrestler,
hell of a resume.
two division champ. He's a double champ. One of the few, only 4 people have ever done it. He's one of them.
Yeah, but I never heard of him. I heard of John, but you know what I'm saying? Even the casual dude heard of John Bones Jones. That's the one good thing about me getting back into it now is that I can just enjoy the fights.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know them all that well, so I just want to see guys just beat the shit out of
this fight it'll be interesting to see what happens because both these guys love to wrestle. I mean, like I said, Henry Cejudo's a gold Olympic wrestler.
Any undercards that I gotta make sure I watch?
Yeah. Aljamain Sterling is a Division III national champion wrestler. So it'll be interesting.
They're both good wrestlers.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting. Wrestling. So sometimes what happens with wrestlers, right? They both just eliminate wrestling, and we just stand up game. Like, right. So who can stand up? Because I can wrestle, he can wrestle. So sometimes with wrestlers, when it's like 2 wrestlers about fighting, sometimes like fuck it, we're just gonna stand up. Yeah, because
that's even better.
Yeah,
that's even better.
And if that's the way it goes, I might favor Aljo because I do think Aljo might be a stronger, but something tells me Henry Cejudo. Just I don't know. I'm just leaning. Then the co-main is a great fight. The winner of this fight will get a title shot. So remember the name Gilbert Burns? We just talked about him last month. Yeah. He's fighting again.
Damn.
Yes.
Don't they gotta wait like a couple months or something?
They usually do, but Gilbert, this is his 3rd fight this year. 3rd fight in 6 months. Or 3rd fight in 5 months, really.
I was about to say this year is only 5 months old.
Yeah, he fought.
Damn.
Wait, did he fight he fought in January in Brazil, won. Then he fought in March or last month, which was March or April, the last card. Yeah, 287. He won against Jorge Masvidal. Well, then the co-main fell apart. They had to move it back to this week. So they were scrambling. So he says, hey, I'll fucking fight. And then he's going to fight Bilal Muhammad. Bilal said, I'll fucking fight. Winner gets a title shot against Leon Edwards, who just beat Usman earlier this year. So, I mean, Gilbert Burns coming off another win, needs this one. Both of these guys, Bilal Muhammad is – I'm not a fan of – he's another guy who loves just taking people down and dry humping them. You're not going to be able to do that to Gilbert Burns. Gilbert can piece you up. I think I love Gilbert Burns here. I know it's kind of a short notice fight for both of them, but, hey, give me Gilbert Burns. This dude is staying active, and he'll fight anybody anytime. Give me Gilbert.
Yeah, props to him for just not giving a damn and just fighting whoever. And he – you know what I'm saying? I was pulling for Jorge, and yeah, this kid was beating him down. So it's gonna be interesting to see, and a lot on the line, just like we mentioned with that fight there. So you said a title here. So yeah, this Gilbert Burns kid ain't playing, man. So it's gonna be fun to watch.
Yeah, he's they both were promised, hey, you win this fight because number one, it's a short notice fight. They said, hey, you win this fight, your next fight's a title fight.
Cool. That's fair enough. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
They both said that made them both sign on the dotted line. It's a good fight for both of them. And I mean, Gilbert's the favorite at minus 125, which isn't, huge. Cejudo and Aljamain's actually split even. Aljamain's minus 105 and Henry's minus 115. So on the gambling side. Then the last fight I got to talk about is the women's fight. This is a number 1 contenders fight as well for the women's strawweight division. You got Jan. I can't even say her last name, but she's a beast, and she's fighting Jessica Andrade, who's an absolute gangster. You want to talk about a woman who Johnny, you don't want to talk to shit on the street because she'll fuck you up. It's Jessica Andrade. She is fighting 3 different divisions, has been the strawweight champ at one time. She has fought about anywhere and anybody and everybody, anytime, any place. She is a bad bitch. I mean, and I don't mean that in a negative way. I just mean a bad bitch.
Nah, man, just like you're saying, yeah, she's a fighter, yo.
Yes. So that's another one. I do like Andrade. Jan's a nice up and comer, but give me Andrade.
What about this featherweight with the Mazar Eslovev, who's 16-0?
So
I paid attention to that one.
So this fight just got thrown together. These two guys weren't even on the card a month, like 3 weeks ago. Mazar Eslov was supposed to fight Bryce Mitchell. Bryce Mitchell pulled out on Monday. So Diego Lopez jumps in on a 5-day notice. So that fight just got made 5 days ago.
Yeah, I saw here where, him and, they got canceled. Bryce was supposed to fight Jonathan Pierce. That got canceled.
Yeah.
Whatever, man. Sometimes that makes for some of the best fight when they wasn't expecting to fight each other and they just kind of go at it. So we'll see right there. But this kid is undefeated right now. So you know what I'm saying?
Here's my guaranteed lock on the card, and that's the prelim main event. And that's Drew Dober versus Matt Friola. Drew Dober, give me Drew Dober. He is minus 210, but that's my lock on the card. It's Drew Dober. Drew Dober is an absolute gangster. He's getting hot right now. So
Dober.
Dober. Drew Dober. Yep. Lock on the card.
I need to make some money. So I've been asking everybody that be gambling to give me something.
So yeah, Drew Dober's my lock there.
Right.
Chaos Williams is on this card. He's a good guy who he'll put some people's lights out. So yeah, I mean,
what about the ladies? What about the ladies? No money on that one? Is that too close, or is this girl Jessica gonna beat her down?
I think it's close.
Okay, so
I think it's close, but I mean, I put Andrade on a parlay, so I put it, So let's just see what happens. Yep. But it is. I think I wouldn't be surprised if Jan won, but I picked Andrade, and she's just Andrade. Only people she loses to the very elite. Like if you beat her, you're one of the top 2-3 women in UFC. Okay. So I think she's right. And Andrade is right there in any weight class. So
sounds good, man. Nice weekend of plenty of sports and some good fights. Some good playoff games, man. You know, say that way. Where else you gonna find this shit, yo? You know what I'm saying? Two cool dudes talking about all kinds of shit: baseball, basketball, football, MMA, whatever you need, man. Life.
Exactly.
It's been fun, man. This has been a good show, man.
Exactly. As always. What do you got going on the rest of the week before we? Oh, hold on. We got the last. I forgot. We got to do this. Oh
yeah.
The pick one. I don't even know what. I forgot what it was. It's just since it's here we go.
Yeah, it's the memes that you were talking about, right?
Yeah.
Last week you pulled it out last week.
Yeah,
I like this here. Yeah.
All right, here we go.
All right. We're going with some grub.
Yeah, going to some grub here. You got to pick one. You loses. It says I think pick one. Gone forever. Okay, choose one to go forever.
Choose one to go forever. I mean, It would be easy for me because I'm not the biggest seafood person. So it would be one of the three in the middle. So I'm gonna go with the shrimp. Bye-bye, shrimp. You know what I'm saying? I'll keep the crab legs. I'll keep the crab legs and the fried fish, especially if it's some fried catfish or some fried grouper or some type of white meat fried fish, I'll tear that up. And I'm gonna pick crab legs over shrimp any day. So bye crab, because I ain't getting rid of burgers, tacos, fried chicken, pizza. I live off that shit. You know what I'm saying? Besides the Spanish food that my wife cooks, which shout out to my wife, redheaded Irish girl from Sefner, but she can cook like with any Spanish woman out there, yo. So
hey, shout out to Miss Cruz.
Right. Besides her Spanish food, I ain't giving up pizza, pasta, steak, burgers, tacos, and fried chicken. So I would get rid of the shrimp.
I love shrimp, man.
I do too, but I'm gonna take crab legs over shrimp. You know what I mean?
See, I would probably actually get rid of. What's funny is like I don't really eat a whole lot of steak anymore. My wife is she got a tick bite a couple years ago. She got it's called alpha gal. And
man, don't do that to me, man. For real, I love steak.
I do too, but so she can't eat red meat. She allergic to red meat.
Oh man.
So I barely eat red meat now because I ain't gonna cook.
All right, so steak is out next week.
No, I ain't finished. I'm just saying I could go probably without steak because I don't eat it a lot. I haven't ate a whole lot of steak. Okay. Within the last, we found out last year she was had alpha gal, so we're almost like year 2 now. of this alpha gal shit.
No red meat.
Yeah, so I mean, I eat it every once in a while. Like I do cook burgers, but I make her a turkey burger. But I eat both. I'll eat a turkey burger because I make burgers for the kids and shit too.
Right.
I'm actually
so no steakhouse next week. That's cool.
Yeah, no steakhouse.
Nah, it's all good, man. We'll find something good to eat, man. We'll have some fun next week, man. For real. All right, so you would get rid of the steak then?
Nah. Hey, your son says you know how much he loves sushi. He loves your sushi.
Yeah. You know what would make sushi really good? If you cooked it. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I'm good. Yeah.
Hey, I see. Hey, before I make my pick, little Johnny, we ain't heard from him in 2 months. Him and his girlfriend break up. What happened?
Nah, he still got his girl, but I guess he got out of. You know what I'm saying? He was able to.
She let him get on the computer for once.
He was able to stick his head up and get some oxygen and get his head out of the water for a little bit. So shout out to John.
Unhook the leash, huh?
Yeah, but he likes sushi, man. I can't mess with that.
I don't fuck with sushi either.
I can't fuck with that at all.
I'm actually gonna get rid of crab legs, man. I just don't. I don't mind eating crab legs, but I don't eat it like it's one of them things again. Yeah, I could probably go my whole life, the rest of my life, without ever eating crab legs. Like,
I am with you, honestly, on all three of those in the middle. I like fried shrimp. You know what I'm saying? I can eat fried shrimp.
I could eat shrimp all day.
But that's it. I don't like shrimp scampi. I only like shrimp if it's fried. That's it.
I'll even eat the raw shrimp, baby, and just dip that shit in the cocktail sauce.
Oh, nah, man.
Yeah, put it in.
See, that's all you. Yeah. See,
I put that shit in pasta.
Right.
You know,
mean that's not bad. You know what I'm saying? Like I've eaten that. That's not bad. You know what I'm saying? But nah, if it's fried, I'll eat it, man. So I'll eat some fried shrimp. I mean, some fried shrimp, fried fish. Try cow tongue taco. Come on, John. That's all you, Bob. You know what I'm saying? You can try that shit, bro. I'm not eating no damn cow tongue, bro.
Rocky Mountain oysters, cow balls.
You like oysters, bro?
No, Rocky Mountain oysters. It's cow nuts.
Oh,
that's what they are. Yeah. You never heard of that?
Nah, I never heard of that before, bro. No, I'm good. No, I'm good. Yeah, but see, I would get rid of the shrimp, so you would get rid of the crab. Like I said, I'm with you on that, though. If I never ate that again, okay.
It's just
I wouldn't miss it.
Goddamn long anyway. You got to crack the bitch open. You can't ever fucking get it right.
Expensive as hell. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, some those king crabs are like ridiculously expensive, bro. No, I'm good.
Yeah. I'm gonna get rid. I'll get rid of the crab.
Tacos or some pizza, man. I'm good.
Yeah, same.
A nice burger.
Yeah. Johnny, what you got going on?
That star right there.
The rest of the week.
I'm chilling tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday night, so tomorrow is family night. I'm chilling tomorrow, and then I'm waiting to hear from the super producer. Shout out to Dan Harris. Hopefully he's feeling good enough so that we can have our Let's Talk About It on Saturday afternoon at 5:00, and then hopefully we'll have our roundtable show with all of us on Sunday.
I believe that's a go. Yeah, I was told that's a go.
Yeah. I was gonna holler at you and Tanner about that anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like we'll talk to Dan, behind the scenes and stuff like that to make sure that we have something for you people for Sunday for sure with all of us there, because those are always fun shows, man, when we're all together there. So that's always a good time. So, hopefully Saturday.
Hold on. Now this guy popped on. Our guest just popped on. We getting out of here.
I was about to say, you're about an hour and 20 minutes.
Go ahead.
So hopefully Dan's feeling well enough for Saturday to do Let's Talk About It, like I said, and then I'm looking forward to Sunday. Maybe Vic could come on Sunday and talk to us post the UFC fight, and we can we can discuss it then. A little bit of bad timing there, Vic. A little bit too late, bro. But definitely check them out. Rec Room Sports on Let's Talk Sports. Good people here. Again, the BodkinShow, Whiskey Sports Podcast with Tanner, the Sports Buffoon, all over LTS. Check it out. Like we always say, there's something for everybody on this network. Dan is, even with him not feeling good, he is still super producer for everybody. So whatever sport you like, whatever team you like, somebody's talking about it. And like Nick said, if they ain't talking about it, ask for it, and somebody will talk about it for you. So definitely check us out. But looking forward to having some dinner and chilling with you next week, man. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. So we will not be here next week. We will be back in 2 weeks with the next episode of the BodkinShow for the Thursday night special.
Yeah, so I'll be back Sunday. It'll be my last show for a whole week. From Sunday to the following Sunday, no shows. Because I'm going to be on vacation, going to beat Johnny for the first time. The wife's going to be going to Florida. I would tell you, if we could make a baby, we would be making a baby. But we can't make a baby because we both fixed. So, they're
going to be enjoying the sunshine, bro. They're going to come down here to the Sunshine State. They're going to have some fun.
Exactly.
Just be prepared to sweat, bro.
I'm like, but my guest on Sunday is none other than 1989 NL MVP, two-time All-Star Kevin Mitchell. Played over 10 years in the Major League Baseball. Played with the Mets, the Padres, the Giants, the Mariners. Won a chip and the MVP with the Giants, the Red Sox, Reds, Indians, and A's. So from 84 to 98, he played in the MLB. Even played in the lockout year with the Hawks in Japan.
Nice.
So
that is a nice get right there, bro. That's
shout out to Dan Harris hooking that up for me. Two-time All-Star, World Series champion, NL MVP, 89, Silver Slugger, NL home run leader, and RBI leader.
And if for the youngins, Google or go to YouTube, and he catches a ball with his bare hand going out, going into foul territory. Yeah, Kevin Mitchell was a really, really good player, man. That's a nice get, man. Shout out to Dan Harris for making that happen, man. Have fun with that on Sunday, bro.
Looking forward to that one. So
cool.
But yeah, that's it. For me and Johnny, it's been another great episode of the BodkinShow. Like I said, we'll be back Sunday at the round table and the BodkinShow right here. That'll happen at 8:00 with Mr. Mitchell. So I'm looking forward to that. Other than that, be a friend, tell a friend, folks. Like, subscribe, share. Check out all the beautiful things that's happening on this network. Can't just tell you enough about Dan and everybody else. So I'm going to hit that outro, and we're going to get the hell up out of here.
Peace.
If I can find the button.